forcing kitchen table polyamory, especially as a means of control. So sometimes people insist on kitchen table because they think it's the quote unquote right way or most evolved way to do things. I don't really like that either. I'm not a proponent these days of forcing anything. But when I first started out, I was fucking scared. And I was in my first poly relationship. It was long distance and I had so much fear. And every time that this partner would get a new local partner, my stomach would sink. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to be replaced. We had plans to move in together one day, but he wasn't taking any steps toward that. So I was like, a new threat. My brain was scanning for new threats, And then he cheated on me. And then he cheated on me again. So there was this erosion of trust. And at the same time, big context at the time in 2012, 2013, my dad was dying. And so I was very low capacity, low battery. So what I did, instead of facing that vulnerability, instead of confronting the fact that I didn't trust my partner and I didn't like how I was being treated, because I wasn't willing to do that at the time, I doubled down on trying to control his relationships. Okay, I want all of my metamors to know that I'm number one, that I'm going to be moving in with you. They shouldn't imagine that. They should never want that. I want to meet them and I want to sort of assert my authority and my presence and comfort me that I'm better than them. This was not all conscious, but in retrospect, I was realizing that's what I was trying to do. There was this one meta that she only had a couple of hours on her lunch break and we met at a bar at like 3 p.m. in Florida. It was so weird and dingy. And we were like, so why are we meeting? And I just insisted I had to meet her, right? It was forcing the ultimate of forcing this kind of togetherness for a sense of control, for a sense of security. It got confronted when I got a partner who would not agree to those things, right? We were all new. We were all in our early mid-20s. So none of us really knew what we were doing. But I got a partner who was a little more experienced and he was like, no, I'm not going to be interviewed by your partner. No, that's weird. Like, no, I'm not going to, this whole like, I can't fuck you on your bed. We have to fuck on the floor or the couch. What? Why is that that's such a weird rule. The first person in the polycule pushed back. It all fell apart because we were like, yeah, I guess that is shitty. I guess that is hurting people. And some of my other metas were like, wait, yeah, I hate that, And so I did wind up leaving that partner, thankfully, because that was the root of it, was I was not secure in my relationship. And that's where I came up with that line that Vita was saying of like, you cannot control your way into a secure relationship. No amount of trying to get a grapple on things was going to make me feel safe because it was unsafe. And the minute I started dating people who did not lie or deceive or betray me, the relaxation started to come and the loosening started to come.